Barcelona's winter transfer window is already exploding with drama, and Manchester City have just made a bold €25 million move for La Masia sensation Pedro Dro Fernandes. At just 17 years old, Dro has earned the trust of Hansi Flick, broken into the first team, and quickly become one of the most exciting young talents at Camp Nou. But now, Pep Guardiola's City want to strike, with a clear plan to sign, loan, and develop the teenage star. At the same time, Barcelona face huge decisions off the pitch. Uncertainty over Lewandowski and Christensen, an incoming Egyptian wonderkid Hamza Abdul Karim, and a potential shock exit for club captain Marc-Andre Ter Stegen. Big money, tough choices, and a familiar dilemma: protect La Masia or cash in to survive. Manchester City tabled €25 million offer for Barcelona academy gem, report. Pedro Fernandes Dro has been the latest talent from La Masia to break out into the first-team setup at Barcelona in the current season. Just 17 years old, the attacking midfielder has made 5 first-team appearances in the 2025-26 campaign, registering an assist in the process. The young academy graduate enjoys the full trust and confidence of manager Hansi Flick and has been tipped for a bright future at the club. Manchester City make a move for Dro. However, according to Fischages, Manchester City have submitted an offer of €25 million for Dro, a move that reflects the growing interest from the Premier League in talent developed at Barcelona. Dro's name has been underlined in Manchester City reports for some time. His profile is considered a good fit for their policy of recruiting young players with a high margin for growth and of generating sporting and financial value in the medium term. Manchester City's plan for Dro is clearly defined. The English club intend to complete the signing for €25 million and immediately loan the player out so that he can accumulate minutes and competitive experience before integrating into their team in the future. Barcelona's position. The €25 million proposal has been analyzed in detail in the offices of Barcelona. It is not only a significant figure from an economic point of view, but also an operation that could shape the club's sporting model. From a sporting point of view, Barcelona are aware that losing Dro would mean letting go of one of the most exciting assets in their academy. The club values his development and his potential future role in the first team, especially within a policy that prioritizes homegrown talent. However, the €25 million offered by Manchester City represents a significant economic opportunity. As such, the Blaugrana face a familiar dilemma from recent transfer windows, balancing the need to generate income with the desire to protect their development identity. 2026 is now here, which means the winter transfer window has now opened for business, which is good news for Barcelona. The La Liga leaders have plans to sign a defender, with these having been accelerated due to Andreas Christensen suffering a partial ACL tear, which is expected to see him ruled out of action for at least 4 months. Christensen's absence is a blow for Barcelona, but more so for him. The Denmark international has struggled for prominence over the last 18 months, and he could now be entering his final stage at the club. As per Sport, Christensen is one of 2 Barcelona players now able to open talks with other clubs. He and Robert Lewandowski are both into the final 6 months of their contracts, and with no renewal on the horizon for either, there are chances for negotiations to take place with any interested parties. Lewandowski likely to leave, Christensen has chances to stay. In recent months, Barcelona have been drawing up a short list of possible striker signings for next summer, which would suggest that Lewandowski will not be offered the chance to extend his 4-year stay in Catalonia. However, there is a better outlook for Christensen, with club president Joan Laporta said to be weighing up a renewal offer. Christensen and Lewandowski have been very good servants for Barcelona. Both arrived in the summer of 2022 from Chelsea and Bayern Munich respectively, and between them, they've helped the Catalans win La Liga on 2 occasions. And it could be third come the end of the season. It remains to be seen how the situations with both players plays out. Barcelona have lost full control, so there are chances for other clubs to stake their claim for a free transfer signing in the summer. Barcelona are planning to do business throughout the winter transfer window, and their first deal is almost done. 4 weeks, there have been plans in place to sign a young striker for the youth categories, and their top target is now poised to soon be heading to Catalonia. At the start of December, it was confirmed that Barcelona were interested in young Al Ahly forward Hamza Abdul Karim, who impressed at the recent U20 World Cup. The 17-year-old has already debuted with the Egyptian Giants' first team, and he is considered to be one of the top talents in the country. In recent weeks, Barcelona have been in talks with Al Ahly over a deal for Abdul Karim. Their opening offer was turned down, but a second bid was made last week, and according to MD, it is close to being accepted. Barcelona's proposal for Abdul Karim is for him to join on loan until the end of the season, with Al Ahly receiving a €1.25 million payment for this. The Catalans would have a €1.5 million by option as part of the agreement, while potential add-ons would see the total package rise to as much as €5 million. Barcelona need a striker for Barca Athletic. Upon signing, Abdul Karim would join up with Barca Athletic in the fourth tier of Spanish football. His arrival there is much needed, given that Oscar Guistao and Victor Barbera have been out of action for a number of weeks due to injury. Abdul Karim should have plenty of opportunities to prove himself, which could lead to a first-team promotion. A similar situation occurred with Pau Victor in 2024-25, so there is scope for the teenager to make the step up to the Barcelona senior squad, as long as it is deemed acceptable by head coach Hansi Flick. Barcelona will be relatively busy during the winter transfer window, with the plan being for both signings and exits to be made. In terms of possible departures, the leading candidate is Marc-Andre Ter Stegen, who is not counted on by Hansi Flick for the second half of the 2025-26 season. Ter Stegen returned from back surgery in December, and although he featured against Guadalajara in the Copa del Rey, he's behind Joan Garcia and Wojciech Szczesny in the goalkeeping pecking order at Barcelona. As such, he has been told that he can leave this month. Ter Stegen needs to play in order to guarantee his starting spot for Germany at the 2026 World Cup, and Girona are pushing to sign him to replace Paulo Gazzaniga as their first-choice goalkeeper. They would not be able to pay much, but for Barcelona, this will not be much of a problem. As per MD, Barcelona are prepared to accept as little as €1 million as a loan fee, as they seek to push their club captain to leave during the winter transfer window. They see his exit with very good eyes, as it would allow him to play regularly and showcase his skills, which would make a permanent exit in the summer much more likely. Ter Stegen not pushing to leave Barcelona. Barcelona are making it clear that Ter Stegen is very much available, and that they will not make it difficult for anyone to secure his services for the remainder of the season. The problem is that the 33-year-old is not actively looking to leave, despite being aware that he is not longer the club's starting goalkeeper. Ter Stegen believes that he can be Barcelona's starter for the upcoming Spanish Super Cup in Saudi Arabia, as well as the Copa del Rey. However, this is unlikely to be the case, given that Flick is counting more on Garcia and Szczesny. Barcelona are once again standing at a crossroads. Selling Pedro Dro Fernandez could provide vital financial relief, but losing another elite La Masia talent risks damaging the club's long-term identity. Meanwhile, contract uncertainty around Lewandowski and Christensen, the arrival of Hamza Abdul Karim, and the possible departure of Ter Stegen underline just how delicate Flick's rebuilding project really is. Manchester City are watching closely, and they're ready to act fast. The question now is simple: will Barcelona protect their future or sacrifice it for short-term stability? If you enjoyed this breakdown, like, subscribe and turn on notifications, because the biggest Barcelona transfer twists are still to come, and this winter window is only getting started.